Through my place of work, I've had clients that are past members of gangs, and I work with them on more of a health care model. In talking to a lot of these young individuals, a lot of times it comes up as just, how did you get affiliated with the gang? And you know, it comes back again that they were there for me. It was my family, you know, I have to really look back into that and just say, wow, that's impressive, because a lot of these individuals are very kind, caring individuals, but the family connection just was not there. I truly believe it takes a village to raise a family member, and with that, you know, eventually in the next 4 years, I want to start community by community, but we need to reinvest in the park and rec programs. They say for every dollar you put in a park and rec program is $5 you save in the juvie court system, and it makes sense. These kids need some structure, and as a community, I think we are indebted to give them this opportunity. So, you know, when times get better, I truly believe community by community, we need to reinvest.
Well, there's no doubt that we have gangs. I know that they've been marking up the streets up on 4th and 21st, and I know the police are on top of that. I also know that the primary reason that, like Patrick said, that people enter gangs is because they have a sense of belonging in the gang that they don't experience in their family or community. So we need to start addressing those things. I know when I was growing up, I had two very loving parents, but there were times I needed another adult, because there were things that I was never going to tell my mom and dad that was going on with me. And I think every kid goes through that. And so we need to provide those things, whether they're teachers or a recreation specialist or just a coach. We need to have those things to counteract. We need to invest in our kids. We can throw our hands up, we can say it's hopeless, we can make it a pure crime issue. It's not that simple. It's a community issue, and we need to pull together, and we need to work on those things. I'm getting 30 seconds, so I'll try to quit. You know, I just look at my neighbor kids. One of the kids is in and out of Woodland Hills, and the other one's doing fine. And when they come, I try to always do little special things. You know, if you want to make $10, mow the lawn. So they have some sense of worth, and they achieve something, and they like the $10 or $20 that they're charging me now. But those are kind of things that we can do as neighbors and be supportive and helpful to our young people. And there are just some gangsters that just need to be locked up and put away.
Well, I believe there's gangs that are positive. Like, for instance, when I used to skateboard, we used to go skateboarding in a group. The same group of people would always go out together. And then there's the negative gangs, which, you know, go out and cause violence or, you know, graffiti and all that type of stuff. So, you know, I guess what should be done is, you know, for instance, the gang task force should, you know, talk to the council and the administration and to find out what they need, and we should provide the officers with what they need. Thanks.
Well, I know that we have gangs here in Duluth. My wife, Judy, and I were victims of a gang. Our Dairy Queen was tagged a few years ago, and the gang task force came out, took pictures of it, ran it through their database, and determined which gang it was. Obviously, no one saw them do it, but they knew which gang that actually did that. But I think it goes back to the city has done so much on the cutbacks of our community centers. We need to find a way to restore the community centers and the youth programs that have been cut back. And if any of you have followed my campaign, you may or may not know, but I plan on donating a portion of my counselor salary back to community centers, parks, recs, youth programs, to nonprofit organizations that are willing to step forward, that need a little bit of seed money to get these children and to get the summer youth programs back to where they should be, doing door knocking as we all have. They have no place to go, and with the old cliche, as idle hands is the devil's workshop.